Hi, welcome back to Informatica tutorial. In the last class we have seen what is an expression transformation, how to do abort and error, how to use those functions within the expression transformation. So let's see one more transformation today. So basically you will have normally a requirement like you have a source. You don't want to take all the records from the source to the target. You want to filter some of the records which are going from source to target. So suppose 100 records are going based on some criteria. You want to send less than 100 into the target. So how do you do that? Also, sometimes you may want to because source and target is mandatory in Informatica. You sometimes don't want to probably send any record to the target. You simply want to totally restrict. There could be some scenarios where you want to send 0 records to the target. I will explain you why you will do that. So for these two scenarios, filter transformation would help. So if you put a filter here and put an appropriate condition, you can filter out all the records, or you can only filter few records based on the criteria. So let's see how to do that in Inf. So I'm creating a mapping M employees FIL for filter basically. So I'm going to pull my employee source and employees target as earlier, and I'll put one filter transformation here. It starts with FIL underscore. Based on salary, I want to filter few records. So filter high salary records. So I want to only have less than $10,000 per annum salary records in my target table. I don't want all the records. So simply create a filter transformation and connect auto link from, or basically you can select all of these and connect. So where do we specify now? I want to have only records with greater than 10,000, less than $10,000 salary. So I can do that in the filter transformation. So by default, the filter condition is true. This is nothing but an expression editor, so we can use whatever we had in the expression transformation. So we can use all kinds of functions here. So for now, by default the condition is true, which means all the records will go to the target. Nothing will get filtered out. So I'll say salary less than 10,000. Only these records will flow to the target now. So let me check for these condition how many records are there in the database. So I'll say select star from HR.employees where salary is greater than 10,000, less than 10,000. So you can see there are 88 records here. So I'm expecting 88 records to go into the target from this transformation. So let's see. I'm creating a workflow for this, and within that a session. So I'm creating the session like earlier, and I'm giving the truncate table option so that it only loads these records. It truncates the earlier records. So let me run this session now and see how many records will get loaded. So we can see here only 88 records got loaded out of 107. So let's see if any records are there in the target table with less than 10,000. So all 88 are with less than 10,000. So see the count. Let's see with greater than 10,000 any records are there. There shouldn't be anything. So yeah, there are no records. So basically what we have done is we have filtered all the records which are greater than or equal to 10,000 and only populated which are less than 10,000. So now let's see one more interesting variation of the filter transformation. So suppose like earlier I've showed you that you may have a requirement to load 0 records to the target. Just to see how the application of this is, how Informatica is performing till source qualifier. Suppose this is a very simple scenario we are talking about. You can have a scenario like this: source, and you can have n number of transformations T1, T2, T3, and then you can have a target. So you have a performance bottleneck in your mapping somewhere, but you don't know exactly where it is. So what you can do is you can put a filter transformation with a false condition will give zero records. It will give zero records after this. So by putting this in an appropriate place, you can first put here and see. That is basically you are stopping the flow here. If you put the filter transformation here with false condition, no records will flow after this, because it will give zero records outside. So you can see the performance of the session mapping till here. Then you can put here and you can see the performance till here, and then you can put here and you can see the performance till here. So by moving the filter transformation with a false condition to various different places, you can it is a logical stop. The filter transformation with a false condition is like a logical stop. There are no records flowing out of it. So by moving that to an appropriate place in your mapping, you can actually see the performance of your mapping, part of your mapping till wherever you want. So let's see how to do that. So earlier I have given high salary records, filter high salary records. Now I am simply going to put here false. That means don't send any records to the target. If I do this, what is going to happen is zero records will flow to the target. So you can actually use this filter transformation with a false condition anywhere in the mapping, need not be necessarily just before the target, like I just explained now. So 107 records got read, but 0 records got loaded because of the filter with the false condition. So you can use this filter with a false condition anywhere in your mapping if mapping is more complex than this. We'll see later classes more complex mappings. So you can put a logical stop, that is you can stop the flow of records here, and by moving this to an appropriate place you can see what is the performance till that point in the mapping, and then you can get some clue about which transformation is causing the bottleneck for your mapping. So we'll see one more transformation in the next class. Thank you.